It's great to see you, Ismail. Let's talk about your phenomenal growth. Epos Now is serving more than 80,000 locations globally. You are the financial backbone of these entrepreneurs' businesses, and you have a very complex customer experience. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. Great to be here, Mike. Thanks for having me. As you said, Epos Now is an operating system for small to medium-sized businesses. And being an operating system is a challenging work. As you can imagine, a lot of things can get wrong, and there's a lot of associated complexities with it. Think about hardware. Think about the payment processing in the background. Think about the software, the combination of PCI compliance and all sorts of different regulations. Coupled with banking, it becomes a challenging customer experience to manage, and the complexities associated with that are quite vast and challenging to augment depending on the channel that you work with. One channel to the next, the experience varies, and one of the biggest challenges that I see us experiencing on a daily basis is trying to provide a simplified experience for our customers, irrespective of the channel they're on.
How many channels do you serve? I mean, it seems like you've got complexity across the B2B use case, the B2C use case, all the channels. Tell me about the channel breakdown and maybe an example of the complexity from a customer experience perspective.
Absolutely. All the channels you can imagine any business in our magnitude would have, from phone support, email, chat, and social. Every one of them almost working in silo. Every one of them powered by a different set of technology, not necessarily integrated, with a unified knowledge base, which presented inconsistencies with the support experience our end users would receive, subjective to the channel that contact us on. We predominantly, as an operating system, we want to provide instantaneous support to our customers. So our biggest channel to date remains phone and messaging, as ultimately the fastest and easiest way our customers can get in touch with us.
And before, again, we started partnering, what was the state of your customer experience? If messaging and phone were the biggest channels, though you were supporting and continue to support many other channels as well, what did the state of the customer experience look like at that point?
Yeah. As you can imagine, depending on the channel that you're on, think the phone support, voice support, a customer's query is usually diverted through an IVR experience. An IVR experience that is pre-configured based on our understanding of what the customer knows about their business and trying to navigate that experience on the basis of a script down to the right stakeholder within Epos Now to provide the best possible experience to them. Similar to messaging, it was a very scripted, very generic, trying to narrow down on the basis of keywords, and the understanding was limited and had no intent, being unable to distinguish between a query and a keyword in an interaction with our customers. Those provided different challenges. As an example, customers would end up with the wrong persons in some instances, which resulted in prolonged wait times and resulted in ultimately not a great customer experience, having to wait longer than necessary to resolve a simple query purely because our customers' understanding of the pre-configured script that we provide to them is not necessarily our expectation of what they want to see.
So it sounds like some rudimentary automation in place, driving elongated wait times, not meeting your expectations of the customer experience. Why did you elect to work with Ada?
At the time, we were looking for a partner that would provide us with the capability to deep dive into the customer experience outside of the ability to just provide a answer-based support. We wanted to understand, one, what are our customers asking us, what is the support need, and at the same time, find opportunities within that interaction. We were looking for a partner that was working with the newest technology available, and as any other business at the time, we were exploring the capabilities of generative AI. Ada stood out to us as one of the leading partners that was adopting that new technology and applying it consistently across every single channel that you guys operate in.
I love your point that you're focused on not only resolving the customer's question, but unearthing the opportunity behind the question, it sounds like. Could you share more about that philosophy?
Exactly. My view on a customer interaction and customer experience in general is every single interaction is an opportunity. Your customers would call you when there is an issue, 90% of the time, an issue that they need resolved. And in respect, majority of customer experience that we receive as an end users is exactly the same. You call, you have your issue resolved, and that's it. What I see as a customer interaction is the ability to understand the customer's needs outside of that specific narrow issue and understand their business and the opportunities associated with being able to provide them more than just support, but a interaction.
And what have been the results? It sounds like your key channels were messaging and continue to be messaging and voice, and you've initially deployed Ada's AI agent in your messaging channel. Tell us about that experience and the results.
Correct. Yeah. So our messaging service prior to Ada was a very scripted, purely one-channel based experience. Since deploying Ada, we saw an immediate 30% CSAT improvement in our messaging channel, an immediate increase in messaging adoption, and retrospectively, the ability to resolve the customer interaction without the need for a human agent to be involved.
Sounds like messaging has gone well, 30% increase in CSAT. You recently expanded to the phone. Tell us about that experience.
Correct. So the businesses that we work with, predominantly the small to medium-sized sector, they're entrepreneurs, people with busy lives that are trying to grow a business. And as we all know, business is hard work. And being able to resolve an issue firsthand usually defaults to trying to speak to someone. Messaging, although is a great alternative, it doesn't convey the urgency associated with that customer interaction. So to date, majority of our customers, when an issue is persistent and urgent, they will pick up the phone and hope to get through to someone that can resolve that issue firsthand.
They literally have their hands full. Like
Correct.
They literally are behind the coffee. They're a barista behind the coffee machine, and they cannot type.
Exactly. And they're in the process of trying to deal with the issue and trying to run their business concurrently. And naturally, voice is the channel that allows you to do this. Since deploying Ada to voice, we've seen an instant increase in our customer satisfaction of circa 15%. We've placed the AI agent's capabilities behind one of the options on the IVR, allowing our customers to choose instant support over wait times, with our continuous view to elaborate on that capability as we scale our knowledge base and understand our customers' needs much more.
And how is the AI agent on the phone performing right now? What percentage of inquiries are you resolving?
Roughly, our voice channel to date is about 40 to 50%, depending on the number of interactions each week on automated resolution. As a combination of all channels, we are between 60 and 70% automated resolutions.
Fantastic. And it sounds like in the event that your phone agent doesn't fully resolve an inquiry, it is assisting your human agents to complete the resolution with lower effort. Is that right?
Absolutely. Think about the hidden work behind a customer interaction that our human agents need to do. The creating a case, trying to document the interaction, and in most instances taking notes. That has already happened. The case has been created through automation and the capabilities of the AI agent to understand the query firsthand. So our frontline support, if in the instances where our agent has handed over to a human agent, would have a case pre-populated, have the interaction pre-documented, and simply have to update and provide additional details on what the resolution was in the end. And in the instances where they weren't able to do so, escalate further with a fully, very clear documented conversation between a combination of an AI agent, human agent, so our development and product teams can understand the query in detail.
That's fantastic. It sounds like you've got very exciting results so far. 60 to 70% of all conversations autonomously resolved across messaging and phone. What have been the impacts to the business overall as a result of that?
Absolutely. Last estimates put us at circa 60,000 hours annually saved in support labor.
Wow.
Ultimately, being able to provide all of our human agents with an opportunity for growth. And we've seen exactly that happen. Majority of our frontline support teams have now gotten into tier 2 and tier 3 roles, being able to provide that further, more escalated support experience where the simple queries, how do I connect my printer, are resolved firsthand automatically by our combined AI brain.
And what's next for the experience? These are great results. You're at the frontier of applied AI and customer experience. Where do you want to take your customer experience overall?
I think the end goal is being able to provide a omni-channel experience that is consistent and sees every single interaction not just as a support interaction, but ultimately as an opportunity. Being able to provide our customers with resolution firsthand and be able to support their businesses through our platform, through the combination of understanding their business further and providing them with the insights that our platform can provide on the back of every single interaction is the next step for us.
So when you do treat every customer interaction as an opportunity, it sounds like that is the opportunity to understand your customers' businesses more deeply. What's the consequence of that? Does that translate into greater customer lifetime value? Does that relate to cross-sell and upsell for Epos Now services and products? How do you think about that?
Exactly. It's building trust with our customers, making sure that you create a consistent interaction and that every single interaction is valuable and not just necessary is ultimately our CX strategy, being able to apply that experience across every single channel that we currently support in a consistent and continuously improving manner. Our platform continues to grow as our customers need us to, and as such, there's a lot of new technologies that we are enabling to our platform. The usual cross-sell and upsell methodologies, which are quite outdated, are now being augmented to every single support interaction. Being able to follow up and understand the customer's business in detail is a really powerful tool.
It's a powerful tool, and like you're alluding to, it's a better experience because there's nothing more painful than being sold to when you know you're being sold to, when it's not actually helpful. But if, like you're espousing, if you treat a customer interaction as an opportunity, you're fundamentally rooting your experience in empathy, not in raw revenue.
Exactly. It's building trust and putting the customer first. The customer initiated that interaction because they had a need, but that need being fulfilled doesn't necessarily leave the opportunity out the window. Being able to provide them with further advice on how they can optimize our platform and ultimately optimize their business as part of that single interaction makes a difference.
Well, Ismail, it's a pleasure to support you in your journey of keeping your customers front and center, helping Epos Now's business continue to grow, and we're very excited for the experience you're going to build next.
Thank you very much for having me.